Hello friends, my name is Rudo. I invite you into the mesmerizing world of African stories, where the rich tapestry of Africa comes alive through timeless folk tales. Subscribe to our channel. There are exciting stories ahead, and here we go.
In the scorching heart of Africa, where the mighty Nile carries its waters through sands and jungles, lived a woman named Amani. Her beauty was like the morning dawn, and her mind was sharper than a warrior's blade. Yet despite this, her life was far from happy. Her husband, a wealthy merchant named Jabari, was a stubborn and proud man who did not tolerate advice from others, even if it came from his own wife. Every conversation between them turned into a battle, every suggestion into a battlefield. The more Amani tried to reach him, the more he pushed her away. It seemed to her that the walls between them were only growing higher. But one day she made an unexpected decision. Instead of fighting, she set out in search of wisdom, to a place where, amidst the sand dunes, an elder resided who knew the answers to questions that words could not resolve. Amani did not yet know that this journey would change not only her marriage but her entire life. They came to the shore of a wide river where long boats of local fishermen gently swayed. The water flowed slowly, shimmering under the scorching sun, but in one place the current became swift and powerful waves crashed against the rocks with a roar. "Look at this river," said the sage. "See how the water softly flows around obstacles but continues to move forward?" "Yes," Amani nodded. "So it is with a wise woman. She does not force her way, does not fight against obstacles, but finds a path around them. Water always reaches its destination because it chooses flexibility, not struggle." Amani pondered this, but the sage only smiled enigmatically and gestured for her to follow him further. They arrived at a pasture where two bulls grazed. One was powerful with a broad chest and strong horns, but wild and untamed. The other looked more modest but was calm, trusting, and obedient. "Try to make the first bull follow you," the sage suggested. Amani took a rope and carefully tugged at the collar of the first bull. The animal immediately dug its hooves into the ground, tensed its neck and refused to move. She then tried to push it from behind, but the bull only snorted in irritation and remained in place. "Now try the second one," the sage suggested. Amani was about to pull on the rope again, but she noticed that this bull was calm and attentively looking at her. Unlike the first, it did not resist but simply waited. She realized that this bull was not afraid of people and did not need to be forced if it saw a purpose. Amani took a handful of dried sorghum and extended her hand. The bull immediately followed her, trustingly following the treat. "Do you see the difference now?" the sage asked. "Yes. The first bull does not want to be commanded. It resists. The second will follow if it sees a benefit," Amani replied. "Men are like these bulls," the elder said. "If you try to pull them by force, they will only become more stubborn. But if you create a path they want to follow, they will come with you willingly." "But what if a man still does not listen?" Amani asked. The sage smiled. "Then there is a second way." "What is it?" "Let go of the reins." "You mean allow him to do as he pleases?" "Exactly. Give him the freedom to feel independent but stay by his side. Sometimes the best way to guide is to not try to control at all." Amani was silent, absorbing the meaning of the elder's words. "Remember," he continued, "a wise woman does not engage in a struggle with a man. She creates conditions where he chooses her path on his own. But if he still goes in a different direction, it means that decision was made long before he met her." Amani returned home and stopped arguing with her husband. She no longer imposed her advice unless he asked for it, but she always supported him in difficult moments. She did not try to force him to accept her point of view but listened attentively to his thoughts. Several months passed and Jabari began to notice the changes himself. Now he listened to his wife, sought her advice on his own, and sometimes even asked, "What would you do in my place?" By changing just one approach in their relationship, Amani gained what she could not achieve before: respect, trust, and the love of her husband. For the true strength of a woman lies not in struggle but in wisdom, which is stronger than any commands or demands.